Good afternoon, students. Again, very welcome in the online classes of Chemistry Part 1 for the course of BSc B.Ed integrated course for the College of Shahid Pramod B.Ed College, Muzaffarpur. Okay, so we are discussing the chapter atomic structure, and in which we are discussing quantum number. Okay, so in the previous lecture we have discussed about the first type of quantum number. Actually there are four types of quantum number. One is called principal quantum number, then second one is called azimuthal or angular momentum quantum number. Third one is called magnetic quantum number, and fourth one is called spin quantum number. This is denoted by N, this is denoted by L, this is denoted by M, and this is denoted by S. And we have already discussed that the starting three quantum numbers related with the results of Schrodinger wave equation, okay, in 3 dimension. Okay, already we have discussed. Okay, and we have also given a brief or details of the first quantum number, that is called principal quantum number. So let us again revise a bit of first quantum number. So the principal quantum number, that is denoted by N, okay, it gives the information about shells, size of orbital, and energy of electron exists in particular orbital. For example, if the principal quantum number N will be 1, 2, 3, 4, then the cells will be K, L, M, and N, and as it increases from 1 to 4, the size of orbital is going to be increased, as well as energy of the electron is also increases. The basic thing is that the principal quantum number gives the size and energy of an orbital, as well as it gives the information about the cells in which electrons is evolving around the nucleus. Okay, so that was discussed in the first lecture. So now we are going to start the today's point, that is second number, that is called azimuthal quantum number or angular momentum quantum number. So write down second one, azimuthal or angular momentum quantum number. It is denoted by L. So what is this? Let us see. Actually, this quantum number gives the information of subcell, or gives the location or details of subcell and motion of electron. Means what will be the subcell information, and shape is also given by this quantum number. So this not only gives the information of subcell, but also gives the information of shape of the orbital and the motion of electron revolving in this particular orbital. So this is related with subcells. The first quantum number, that is called N, this gives the cells information, and the azimuthal quantum number, it gives the information of subcells. It gives the information about size and it gives the information of shape. Okay. So, how big will be the orbital, size of orbital? It is given by principal quantum number, and what will be the shape of the orbitals? Okay. In the subcell, it is given by L, that is azimuthal quantum number. So, you can write down first, it refers to subcells, subcells to which an electron belongs and describes the motion of the electron, and it also defines the shape of orbital in which electron revolves around the nucleus. So, this is the definition of azimuthal or angular momentum quantum number. It refers to subcells to which an electron belongs and describes the motion of the electron, and it also defines the shape of the orbital in which electron revolves around the nucleus. Okay. So, now from the name itself, this is related with some angular momentum. So, it gives motion, means it gives the angular momentum of the electron in particular orbital. So, in angular momentum or azimuthal quantum number, there is a range of this quantum number, and it is related with n. This is interlinked or interrelated with principal quantum number. So, a range of azimuthal quantum number, that is L, it will lie between 0 to n minus 1. So, range of this will be, it will start from 0 and up to n minus 1. Let us see a table. For example, this is azimuthal quantum number 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, notation of subcells for corresponding azimuthal quantum number, this is called S, this is called P, okay, this is called D, this is called F, and this is called G. So, this is the notation of subcells with respect to particular azimuthal quantum number. When L will be 0, there will be S subcell, S will be 1, L will be 1. So, notation of subcell will be P, 2, D, 3, F, and 4, G. Okay. So, this is the notation of subcells. Okay. The another part, as I told you, it gives the shape of the orbital in the subcells. So, shape of orbital. This is very, very important. Okay. So, when L will be 0, so notation of subcell will be S. Okay. So, shape of this type, this subcell is spherical. Spherical actually this is three-dimensional spherical. This spherical shape is there. Okay. For P subcells, the shape of orbital is dumbbell. You can write down spherical. For P subcell, the shape of orbital is dumbbell. Dumbbell, if you see in gym, so dumbbell, that is like this. Okay. For D subcell, okay, the shape of orbital will be double dumbbell. That will be, this will be one dumbbell and this will be another dumbbell. And for the F subcell, the shape of will be complicated shape, and this is eightfold structure of this shape. So, if you see, this is a dumbbell, so you can draw like this. So, there will be eightfold, 3, 3 and 2, eightfold structure, which is quite complicated. That is why we are telling the shape of F subcell is complicated, and this is eightfold structure. Okay. So, with the value of L azimuthal quantum number, the notation of subcell will be S, P, D, F, and the shape of orbital for the S subcell will be spherical. For the P subcell, the shape of will be dumbbell. For D, this is double dumbbell. For F, this is complicated shape of eightfold structure. So, we have seen the first part of this azimuthal quantum number. What is the next part? As the value of L lies between 0 to n minus 1, so let us see what is the actual value of azimuthal quantum number with respect to principal quantum number. For example, this is the value of n is principal quantum number. So, what will be the value of L? Let us see first. For example, this starts from 1, 2, 3. So, for the value of n is equal to 1, okay, so value of L will be 0. Okay. For the value of n is equal to 2, the value of L will be 2, but it lies between 0 to n minus 1. So, there will be two value like this, 0 and 1. Okay. So, for the n is equal to 3, the value of L will be 0 and n minus 1, means 0 or n is equal to 3. So, this will be 2. So, values starting from 0 to 2. So, this will be 0, 1 and 2. Likewise, for the principal quantum number is equal to 4, then the value of L will be how much? 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So, this is the value of azimuthal quantum number. Okay. Now what will the corresponding subcells? This is very, very important to understand. Okay. For subcells, so with respect to principal quantum number n is equal to 1, and for L and for n is equal to 1, what will be subcells? S, P, D and F. Okay. So, for n is equal to 1, the subcell will be 1s. For n is equal to 2, what will be the subcells? 2s and 2p, since there is 0 and 1. So, 2s and 2p. For n is equal to 3, what will be the subcells? 3s, 3p and 3d, and for n is equal to 4, what will be value of subcells, and what will be the subcells? 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. So, this is the details of subcells as I described in the definition of azimuthal quantum number. It gives the information of subcells in the cells. Okay. So, this is the description of cells for corresponding azimuthal quantum number as well as principal quantum number. Okay. So, this is very important. Okay. So, for L is equal to 0 or for n is equal to 1, so how many subcells or how many subcells will be there? This will be 1. For n is equal to 2, 2. For n is equal to 3, there will be 3, and for n is equal to 4, the number of cells will be 4. Okay. So, from this you can write down a formula, number of subcells in a cell will be how much? It will be number of cells itself. Okay. So, number of subcells will be equal to the number of particular cells. Okay. And number of azimuthal quantum number, that is called L. So, L will be 2. L lies between 0 and n minus 1. 0 and n minus 1. So, this is the basics of azimuthal quantum number. One another thing related to with this is angular momentum. Angular momentum, as it also gives the information about the motion of an electron in the orbital. So, angular momentum is also related with this. So, the angular momentum or orbital angular momentum, you can say orbital angular momentum is equal to h upon 2 pi into under root L into L plus 1. So, if you know the value of L, then you can easily find out the value of orbital angular momentum. So, you can write down the magnitude, the angular momentum, the magnitude of angular momentum, the magnitude of angular momentum of an electron is related with azimuthal quantum number, and expression for angular momentum is, this is the equation, you can write down this equation. So, this is the angular momentum of an electron in the orbit, and this is related with L. Okay. So, you can finish out. Now take an example for which angular momentum has to be calculated. Okay. So, with this formula you can easily calculate the value of angular momentum whenever you know the value of L, that is azimuthal quantum number. Okay. So, write down a question. Okay. This question may not be asked in your examination, but for your understanding this is very important. Find orbital angular momentum, find orbital angular momentum of an electron in subcell 3p. Find orbital angular momentum of an electron in subcell 3p. So, this is the address of an electron in which it is revolving, 3p. So, what this 3 denotes? This is denoting the principal quantum number, that is n is equal to 3, and this p. So, you will, if you will see the table again 0, 1, 2, 3. So, what will be the notation of subcells? This is S, P, D, F. So, the value of, for the P subcell, what is the value of L? That is 1. So, you can write down for 3p subcell solution. For 3p subcell, n is equal to 3 and L is equal to 1, and you can write down how this one came. So, you can draw a table L and subcell, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, and subcell will be S, P, D, F. So, for P subcell the value of L is equal to 1. So, now what is orbital angular momentum? Formula is h upon 2 pi into L plus 1. Okay. So, value of L is how much? Value of L is 1. So, put the value of L as 1 in this equation or in this expression, you will get the value of 1 plus 1. So, this will be h upon root 2 into pi. Okay. So, this is the angular momentum for 3p subcells in which electron is revolving. There may be another question in which you may be asked to find out the angular momentum for S subcell. S subcell, you have to find out the angular momentum. So, you can easily find out or calculate the value of angular momentum. So, for subcell S, what the value of L? That will be 0, and whenever the value of L will be 0, so angular momentum will be 0. How it came? Because the formula of angular momentum is 2h upon 2 pi into under root L plus 1, and whenever L will be 0, so this angular momentum will be 0. Okay. So, likewise you can find out the angular momentum of an electron in particular subcell. So, what is the highlights of this azimuthal quantum number? It gives the motion of an electron, it gives the information of subcells in the orbital or cells, or it describes the shape of an orbital present in the subcells. So, the three basic things you have to remember about this. One is what? Motion or angular momentum. Second one is the details of subcells or location of subcells, and third one is very important, the shape of the orbital present in the subcells. Okay. And you have to calculate the angular momentum with related to azimuthal quantum number. Now third one, we are going ahead, we are going to explain now third one, that is magnetic quantum number, that is denoted by M, that is denoted by M. So, basically magnetic quantum number gives two things. First one, the orientation of the electron in orbital, orientation of electron in orbital, and second one, what it gives? It gives the number of orbitals present in subcells. So, see, this is cell, this is subcell, and this is orbital. So, information of cell is given by principal quantum number. The information of subcells, it is given by azimuthal quantum number, and the information of orbital, it is given by magnetic quantum number. It gives the size of an electron, it gives the shape of orbital, and it gives the orientation of electron in the orbital. So, this is the basic things you need to remember each time. Okay. So, write down first the definition of the magnetic quantum number. Write down. Each subcell is comprised to, its subcell is comprised to one or more orbitals, whose number is equal to the number of ways, is equal to the number of ways in which or in the subcell electron can orient themselves in the space. So, in other words, you can say each subcell is comprised with one or more orbitals, in which number of orbitals is equal to the number of ways in which electron can orient themselves in the space. So, that is why already I have told it gives the orientation of electron in the orbitals. Okay. So, this is the magnetic quantum number. Okay. Now, let us see the range of magnetic quantum number. What is the range of magnetic quantum number? Let us see. So, range of magnetic quantum number lies between -L and +L. This is the range of magnetic quantum number. Whenever you know the value of L, that is azimuthal quantum number, you can easily find out the value of M as it is the range of magnetic quantum number. For example, if you are having L 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So, what will be the subcells? Tell me. S, P, D and F. S, P, D and F. So what will be the particular M value for this particular L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, or for S subcells P, D and F. Okay. So for L is equal to 0, okay, the value of M will be 0, and for L, since this lies between minus L to plus L, so between 0 to 1, or from 1 to minus 1. So what will be the value of 0? Minus 1, 0 and plus 1, minus 1 and plus 1. Okay. For the L is equal to 2, okay, so what is the value of M? Minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. All the integers which lies between minus 2 and plus 2, this is nothing but magnetic quantum number. For L is equal to 3, what is the value of M? That is minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So how we can calculate the details of M with respect to particular value of azimuthal quantum number for this subcells? So you can write down this value. Okay, this table is very important, you can take it down. Okay. So from this table you can easily calculate the number of magnetic quantum numbers. See, for L is equal to 0, how much M? This is 1. For L is equal to 1, how much value of M? This is 1, 2, 3. For M is equal to L is equal to 2, what is the value of M? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for the value of L is equal to 3, the value of M is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So the number of orbitals or the magnetic quantum number, that is M, is equal to how much it is? 2L plus 1. If you will put the value of L as 0, so you will get the value 1, which is this. If you will put the value of L is equal to 2, so you will get 2 or 1. So 2 into 1, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. What is this? If we will put L is equal to 2, so 2 into 2, 4 plus 1, 5 for this, and for L is equal to 3, you will get value as 7. So this is the formula for finding out the number of orbitals or value of magnetic quantum number whenever you know the value of L. Okay. So you can write down number of orbitals is equal to 2L plus 1, where L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n minus 1, and this is called azimuthal quantum number. Okay. Finish it. Now we are going to draw another table which is very important, and you can understand easily how the number of orbitals can be calculated for particular subcells. Okay. See, this table is very important. Here is N, that is principal quantum number, that is L. Okay. So for n is equal to 1, what will be L? That is 0. For n is equal to 2, what is the value of 0? L, 0 and 1. For n is equal to 3, what will the value of L? 0, 1, 2. And for n is equal to 4, the value of L will be 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So this is the value of L with respect to principal quantum number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So the value of L, what will be this? What is the range of L? 0, L, n minus 1. Okay. So the value of L, this is S subcell, this will be 2s, 2p, this is called 1s, this is 3s, 3p, 3d, this is 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. So this is the notation of subcells for particular principal quantum number as well as azimuthal quantum number. Okay. So up to here it is very important, n is equal to 1, L is equal to 0. So what will be subcells? 1s, n is equal to 2. So this will be 2 value of L, 0 and 1. For this corresponding value of L as a 0, this is 2s and 2p. For 3, this is 3s, 3p and 3d, and for 4 principal quantum number, the value of will be 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. And what is the value of m here? So what is the range of this? Minus L to plus L. Okay. So for 0, the value of m will be 0. For n is equal to 2, the value of 0 and 1. So this will be minus 1, 0 and plus 1. For 3, n is equal to 3, the value of this is 0, 1 and 2. So this will be minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. And for 4, this will be minus 3, minus 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. You can take this one in the box type. So this will be easily understanding to you. So we are making a boxes so that this will be more clear. For 0, this will be 1s. Okay. This is minus 1, 0, plus 1. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2, and this is the 7 magnetic quantum number, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So for n is equal to 1, the particular value of L is equal to 0 and value of m will also 0. So this is 1s. For n is equal to 2, L is equal to 0 and 1 and value of m is equal to 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this will be 1, this will be 3, this will be 5 and this will be 7. So with this table you can easily understand the interrelation between principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number and that of magnetic quantum number. This is very important. Okay. So you can take down this table, and if you have been asked or you will be asked in the examination, then you can write down this table. This is self-explained table in which anyone can easily understand. Okay. Okay. Can we rub out now? Okay. So there might be some examples based on this in which the number of magnetic quantum number or number of orbitals can be asked. So we can see one or two examples in which we can calculate the number of orbitals. Okay. Okay. So how many subcells and orbitals are present in n is equal to 3? There is a question. There is a question. How many subcells and orbitals are present in the cell n is equal to 3. For n is equal to 3, we have to find out the number of subcells and number of orbitals. This is the question. So we have to draw a table for n is equal to 3. The value of L will be 0, 1 and 2. The value of m will be 0, minus 1, 0, plus 1, and the value of m for L is equal to 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. So, if the n is equal to 0, so what is the value of L? This is 0, 1 and 2. So, number of subcells will be how much? 3, will be 3. What is 3? 0, 1 and 2. But what is the value of orbitals? Number of orbitals, you can see here 1, here 3 and here 5. So, if you add all these together, so the number of orbitals can be written as 1 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to 9. So, when n is equal to 3, the value of orbitals, number of orbitals is 9. So, can you write one formula? Can you make one formula? So, number of orbitals present in nth cell will be n square. So, this is the formula. You can remember this one. Now, tell me, if you have been asked for n is equal to 4, so what will be number of orbitals? This will be 16. For n is equal to 5, this will be 25. So, one formula can be derived from this solution. Okay. So, you have calculated the value of number of orbitals for nth cell, and another formula you can write down for the number of orbitals for the subcell also. Number of orbitals for Lth subcell will be how much? 2L plus 1. It is denoted by m. So, when you know the value of L, you have to calculate number of orbitals with this formula, and when you know the value of n, so you can easily calculate the value of number of orbitals at n square. So, you can take 2 or 3 examples from reference books or from your guest paper, and you can practice. So, you have to practice this, then only you will get the confidence to solve any type of questions, might be subjective or numerical. So, I think this magnetic quantum number is now very clear to all of you, and you can easily find out the number of orbitals present in the subcells for particular subcells. Now, the last point we are going to discuss today's lecture, that is spin quantum number. So, what is the spin quantum number? That is denoted by S. Already we have discussed that the starting 3 quantum number, that is n, L and m, related with the result of 3-dimensional value of or position of Schrödinger-Gauss-Wave equation, but this quantum number is not interlinked with this value. So, this is totally separate quantum number, that is called spin quantum number. As name suggests, it gives or it describes the spin of electron. Spin means what? Nothing but direction of electron. So, we know the size of electron, we know the shape of electron, we know the orientation of electron, and this gives the direction of electron, whether it is revolving in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. So, whenever you will get the value of spin or direction, so this is described by spin quantum number. Okay. So, you can write down, you can take down. Spin quantum number gives the spin quantum number gives the spin of an electron, spin of an electron when electron rotates about its own axis, then if s is equal to plus 1 by 2, then the direction of electron about its own axis will be clockwise. If s is equal to minus half, then this will be anti-clockwise. But you can take the vice versa of the same, means if your direction for s equal to 1 by 2 is anti-clockwise, then for the value of minus 1 by 2, this will be clockwise. So both are right in the case of spin quantum number. So spin quantum number gives what it gives? It gives the spin as well as direction of electrons about its own axis. Okay. So this is the spin quantum number and it is denoted by S. So final brief of the quantum number: the principal quantum number gives the address of cells as well as size of the electron. The azimuthal quantum number L, it gives the location of subcells as well as shape of the electron or orbital. The M gives the orientation of an electron, and last but not the least, spin quantum number, it gives the spin or direction of the electron present in the orbital around the nucleus. So I think this is the description about the 4 quantum number as discussed in previous lecture as well as today's lecture. In case of any query regarding this, you can ask me in the comment. You will get the appropriate answer. Okay, and by tomorrow we will see the radial probability distribution curve. Okay, for 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s orbitals. Okay, and by tomorrow we will also see the shape of orbitals. Okay, so by tomorrow we will discuss this topic. Okay, so thank you very much for watching me. Okay, thank you.